In Google Cloud, every action, every API call, every console click happens in the name of an identity. And there are 3 kinds you need to know. First, user accounts. These represent humans. Developers, admins, operators. They sign in through the Cloud Console or the Cloud CLI, exchange credentials for OAuth tokens, and operate under whatever IAM roles you bind to their email. Second, service accounts. These are not humans. They are machine identities, robot workers acting on behalf of applications, VMs, and automated jobs. Managed service accounts run quietly in the background with no key required. User-managed ones can be issued a JSON key file, a digital passport the workload presents when it needs to call a Google Cloud API. Third, and this is the modern best practice, workload identity federation. Instead of issuing a long-lived JSON key to an external workload running on premises, in AWS, or in another cloud, you trust the identity provider it already uses. The external workload presents its own OIDC or SEML token, and Google exchanges it for a short-lived Google credential. No key file is ever stored. Here is the rule to remember. User accounts are for humans. Service accounts are for machines inside Google Cloud. Workload identity federation is for trusted external workloads, and it eliminates the need to manage key files at all. Choosing the right identity is the foundation of cloud security. Bind humans to user accounts with least privilege IAM. Give your workload service accounts scope to exactly what they need. And whenever an external system needs to talk to Google Cloud, reach for workload identity federation, short-lived, keyless, and auditable. A service account key is a JSON file, and you should treat it exactly like a sealed envelope stamped top secret. Inside sit 3 fields, service_account_email, private_key, and project_ID. Anyone who cracks that envelope owns the identity. Least privilege means handing the service account only the narrowest IAM role it actually needs. A read-only worker gets roles/storage/object viewer, never owner. One key, one door, one job. Long-lived keys are toxic. They leak through logs, repos, and screenshots, and they never expire on their own. The modern fix is short-lived tokens or workload identity federation. So credentials rotate themselves and disappear when the work is done. Here is the rule that ties it together. Store keys in a secrets manager, grant the smallest role that still works, and prefer federated identity over static credentials whenever you can. A small key to one bucket will never burn down the kingdom. Before authenticating cloud with a service account, you need to confirm the local environment is actually prepared. This walkthrough walks through 6 quick checks. Clearing the screen, confirming the SDK version, inspecting the credentials environment variable, exporting the key path, locating the cloud binary, and reviewing the active configuration. Run clear to reset the visible buffer so each subsequent command's output is unambiguous. The command produces no output of its own. It simply moves the prompt to the top of a blank screen. Cloud version prints the installed SDK version along with the bundled component versions for Core, SUDL, EQ, and the Python interpreter. If this command fails, the SDK is missing from path and nothing else in the workflow will work, so a clean version banner is the first green light you need. Echoing $Google_application_credentials tells you whether the environment variable is already set in the current shell. If it prints an empty line, no path is exported yet, and you must set one before cloud can find a service account key. Export the variable to point at your service account JSON key. This places the credential path into the shell environment, so any cloud or client library process can pick it up automatically without passing flags each time. Which cloud prints the absolute path of the cloud binary the shell will actually execute. Confirming this path ensures you are running the SDK you intend to use, and that it is reachable from your current path. Cloud config list summarizes the active configuration, the current account, project, default region and zone, and the cloud CLI properties that govern behavior. With the credentials environment variable already exported, this final check confirms the local environment is fully ready to authenticate as the service account.